Okay, tell me your name.
Katie Strack.
Leanne Wall.
My name is Mickey.
I'm Zach Taylor.
Alicia.
Aaliyah Vecchia.
Chris Van Nest.
Hey, my name is John Callahan.
Hi, my name is Jason Mays.
Mackenzie Gladney.
Can you tell me what you think Africa was like before the 1900s as far as like the politics, the society, the people?
Well, it probably wasn't colonized. Before the 1900s, we had the apartheid and all of that, so the separation of the two races and not having rights as far as to, personal property, it being different for two different types of people. And
I don't feel like there was too much order in Africa other than maybe kings and queens that we see in movies.
I suspect that it was probably very hegemonically under the control of European societies, because that'd be many decades before the independence movements.
I would think that North Africa had a lot of turmoil. Not much in South Africa. Didn't really have like a solid leadership, so they didn't really know what they were doing, which probably caused the turmoil.
A lot more like local government and politics, and as in like villages, and probably a lot less industrialization, although they still don't have much.
Before the 1900s, I feel that Africa was just like any other nation. They had their own peoples, they had their own forms of government.
I know they had a lot of influences from other countries being placed in Africa, being that it's like a naturally resourceful, they have a lot of natural resources and stuff, so a lot of people were trying to go in and take from them and not give to the Africans, so a lot of that going on, I know that.
I think that it hasn't really gone that much, that much change has gone. I know there's been a lot of like wars and stuff, and like genocides and like a lot of civil wars going on in terms of like politics and stuff, and trying to overthrow governments.
I feel like it was probably in a state of like transformation, kind of between what it was like before the European encounter and then what it would be like in the 1950s when they started getting independence.
Well, before then, I think it was probably like a lot of turmoil, slaves were being taken away. I think it was probably a pretty confusing time for everyone. Back then, probably pretty uncivilized and just maybe even a little chaotic, especially with everything going on. So that's what I think.
I think there was still a lot more tribal stuff. I know there were a couple of kingdoms already in place. I know there was a lot of trade going on in Africa. I know the slave trade was already in place to a certain extent with Muslims.
Africa was probably more wildlife and maybe more village-like, with politics just being the local village, and there's probably more wildlife and people just hunted and gathered.
I know that recently it's definitely more modernized. Like it's definitely got a lot more modernized with like globalization and everything. A lot more, I guess like companies are moving in, and I guess Africa now isn't being as exposed as it was back then, for not exposed, but like exploited for like their like resources.
Before the 1900s, Africa was a lot more independent. There was colonialism made Africa almost more dependent. Western nations didn't let them really develop a sound infrastructure for the modern world. I don't know if it was a better place. I don't know a lot about Africa. I've only heard about the effects of colonialism and all that other good stuff. But yeah, that's all I know.